Is it fine? I have a teacher voice, but it's way early in the morning. And yet teachers have to get up in the morning, so that is the hardest part of my job, the mornings. If we could just change school from starting at noon, I would be happy to go to 8 or 9 o'clock. But that's part of the deal, is having to contort myself. First, I want to say I have so much to say. There's no way I'm going to get it done in 15 minutes, but I'm going to try my best. I'm so honored to be on this panel with my friend Val, who just presented. So we are kind of fish out of water a little bit here because we're not technically super scholars. We're actually classroom teachers, and we're part of this program called Fulbright Distinguished Award in Teaching, which consists of about 60 or so teachers. 20 of whom are international, 40 of whom are in the US. Only 2 are from India. And then Val is in that picture. You can find me in the very back, the super tall guy. This says a little bit about me. I'm actually not tall, and I don't really like group photos, but I also, because I'm introverted, but I also want my attention. So I basically stood on a chair. It's a little tip if you're in a group picture and you want to be in the picture, but you don't want, just get a chair and stand in the back. My topic is school science fairs. Everyone here remembers doing a science fair? This was a big internet meme on Facebook a couple years ago, the Ultimate Science Fair Project, which the result, of course, was that everyone hates the science fair. So, by the way, I'm going to go through like a gazillion slides, but at the end, if you wanted it, I'm going to give you a link to the whole presentation. A guy actually wrote a book after I did my research, which I could have written myself, but it's not very academic, but it does make several good points. So this was the actual title of my master's action research project. So the idea was students don't really like to do science fair, sort of, some of them don't. I always made them do it as a mandatory assignment. So the question I had was, what if we use technology? What if the students were using the new suite of Google Apps and collaborative softwares? Would that increase their intrinsic motivation or their attitude towards participation? In other words, can technology rescue us with those magical tools? So I did like a pre-survey where I asked them a lot of general questions about science. And then I did the same exact thing at the post-survey. And some of the questions that were sort of interesting is like, do I like using online tools? And then I asked some open-ended questions like, I'm doing a science fair because ... Any guesses as to what the predominant answer would be?
You have to.
You got it. My teacher makes me do it for a grade. Okay, so I have to do the science fair. So, and then another question, open-ended question I asked is, what are the topics that still interest me, or interest me besides science? And I found that the topics kind of reduced a little bit after the science fair. So yes, just to show that I have some data, online tools before, online tools after. It wasn't really a big bump, right? I mean, a little bit from the don't really care to liking, but the outliers were still the same. So my takeaway from that project was that the tools are really only as useful as the people that are using them. Another question I asked was, well, how should science fair be? Because most science fairs are structured as a competition with winners and losers. Students overwhelmingly at the beginning said 82% said exhibition. After they did a science fair, they kind of changed a little bit, which I expected. It's like after you've done one, you may be more willing to compete. But still, that's a lot of students that really don't want to get into the competitive aspect. Maybe don't even want to be graded. Maybe they're just lazy. I don't really know. So competitive means winners and losers. And in the case of science fair, that means a lot more losers than winners. And I have to reflect and say, do I want to raise a bunch of losers? So my question was, how do I make it voluntary, non-competitive, popular, cool, not just for geeks, and something that sustains itself, that endures, that I'm not pushing every single year, you're going to do your science fair project. So those are the kind of big questions that I try to answer as informed by the students. So in my opinion, I'm very much like, I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, blah, blah, blah. And anything to me that's compulsory leads to what I consider to be mediocrity, or good, but not great. I've been to a lot of science fairs, and they're pretty boring, and only geeks go to science fairs. The winners of science fair, because I had several that went to the highest level, ironically, they lost their enthusiasm. They did not want to do it again. So there's something also wrong in the process of the science fairs, but that's a whole other topic. The solution, really quickly, is this: a school maker fair. If you're not familiar with the maker movement, Google it, check it out. It's going to change the world slowly at a time. But the thing that I learned over the summer that I decided to like completely change everything is this concept called Genius Hour, or 20% time. Quick show of hands, have anyone ever heard of this before? Yes, you have. Good. You're just stretching. Okay. So what is Genius Hour? Well, this is with credit to AJ Giuliani, came up with this stuff. I'm not going to show this to you for very long because it takes too long. But basically, the students design their own project, and and it's process oriented. So they would do a brainstorming, and then do a pitch, and then they would keep a blog or a vlog, and then they do a TED Talk to close it up. So my two ideas for kind of evolving my project was to focus on individual student passions for the project. In other words, it doesn't have to be science at all. And then the way I ended up here as a Fulbright teacher was making it international in scope. So if technology didn't make it happen, maybe an international collaborator would bring in this intrinsic motivation, and then you'd have a kind of a organic cultural exchange in the process. So my students did this for about 3 months. They made their projects, they made YouTube videos, I got permission from the parents, and I put it up on this website, and they're about 60 of about 120 projects, all little 3-minute YouTube videos that the students created. Here's a couple of examples of them. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. And the idea was I'll come to India and I'll share these projects, and then I will allow students to, I will connect them by email or whatever, and kind of get this ball rolling. So in terms of trying to do this project, the first obstacle was meeting the principal, getting into the school, then getting to the teachers. It was, my first month in Delhi was really challenging just to get in front of students. But when I got in front of teachers, things went pretty well. But as you can see, there's not a lot of male teachers, at least not at this school, one. But after I started blabbering for a while, they were really nice to me. I'm not sure what that thing is called, but it made me feel good. And then I realized, okay, I'm not getting the students, so I better come up with another plan. So I created a flyer, which I basically said, instead of being able to put my roots down deep into one school, which is really what I wanted to do, I only have a 3-month grant. I'll throw seed. I'll just throw as many flyers out there as possible and give students access. Then we found out that the students didn't really want to just tag on to my students' projects. They wanted to do their own projects. So then I started trying to explain in assemblies how they could do their own passion project. In other words, I'm just trying to figure this out as I go along. So really quickly, how am I doing?
You're okay, you still got time.
I'm talking really fast. We made 4 lists for the students. So imagine now that you're a student, you're going to start this whole process. The first thing is, what do you like to do on weekends if you had no pressures, total freedom, what you'd like to do? Second question, a little bit more provocative, is when you're spacing out in class, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking? What do you think about right now if you're not interested in this? Those are the things that are actually driving you, right? And here I am giving this presentation in Delhi Public School North to about 400 students. So praise to this principal, because she's like, okay, that sounds cool. I'm gonna put you in front of a huge assembly, back to back to back. And they were interested in it, so they're all writing down their lists. Third thing is, what are your career goals? Fourth is, what the favorite subjects, things that you'd like to learn more. You take those 4 different things and you put it into a bracket. I try to make it culturally appropriate with cricket. So, and we would have more than 4, but basically you've got your lists right up here, and then you do battle over and over until you end up with a champion. I showed them a couple examples from my students. Here, this student ended up with climate change. If climate as the topic that they want to pursue, whatever it is they choose to do, I know they're going to geek out on climate change. If it doesn't work, there's other things that they can do as well. But you never know what's going to happen. Climate change is what I'm like, science future, yay, great. Cats, that was a little bit more of a challenge. But guess what? The student figured it out. She had empathy for people that were allergic to cats. And she's like, I'm going to design a robot cat that you can pet that will say meow if you're allergic to cat. And she did it. It was a very high level project. After they've got an idea, they pitch it Shark Tank style. To adults, if they can be in the room, and you do it up with a whole bunch of drama. And basically, they have 4 slides. They have to answer what it is, why they're doing it, why it's helpful to other people, how they're going to do it, which is the hardest thing of all. And then the 4th thing is success. How are they going to define success? Because this is all about the student. This is like a double entry journal that they keep. But I want to focus particularly here on the epic failures. So the thing I love about Genius Hour is that it's a focus on failures. And instead of hiding our failures, which is what every human being wants to do, here we actually try to flip that paradigm completely and celebrate failures. So I told students, you learn from failures. You know it's true, it just doesn't feel good. I'm going to challenge you. If you come up with a failure that you know you learned from, go ahead and put it on a Post-it, and we're going to put it up on the board, and you will be able to, it became a competition, like, can I get on the epic failure board? So in my classroom, you don't necessarily see the students' best work, you see their failures. We all know success is not a straight line, it's filled with peaks and valleys. So then I go into this whole thing, I'm not going to go quickly through, but this is borrowed from somebody. It's the whole thing of the tiger in the zoo that has an easy life, and then the tiger in the wild, which has a hard life. Quick story, the analogy is that school, you're the zoo tiger, okay? And what we want to do is have them be, they all want to be the jungle tiger. They all say, oh yes, the zoo tiger would die in the wild. The jungle tiger is the one we want to be. But are we up for that challenge? Because that means struggle. You don't have the option of saying, oh, maybe I'm not a science person. You know, if you don't hunt, you're not going to live. And lots of challenges, lots of skills developed. And also, this is the way they have to research. So the research is completely creative because the ideas they have are all over the place. The products are never finished. The product continues. I take out my phone. I say, hey, this thing is the coolest phone ever, but next year there's going to be a better one. So just keep thinking, it's never over. And then collaboration makes it stronger. The projects are individual students, but once you've got something cool, I think you should show it to other people and let them make it better. When I presented to students, they were so overwhelming. One time they just kind of gave me a whole bunch of these cards. I took this picture, I just thought this was so cute. You know, you are different than us. I like the way you speak. I was overwhelmed by their response. One school actually put me in front of little kids. I didn't know what to say to them. I would have done things differently had a chance. But my bottom line is the schools are starting to open up to me, and they're giving me access to their students. Then, and by the way, it's really impossible to do this right now because they're all in exam mode. So they aren't up for doing anything new right now, no matter how cool it is. This parent organized a workshop in her home, and the students actually started making little videos to share back and forth with my students, and there's a couple of screenshots of that. Okay, I'm commuting all the time. So this is just a little plug for something I am really into as my next kind of challenge, integrated curriculum, which is basically blowing up the concept of subjects all together. And Finland, I believe I just read, has committed to doing this by the year 2020, and they're already training their teachers to do something called phenomena-based learning, which is basically the same thing. So the subjects only in the context of the problem, and only the things that you need to know in order to solve that problem. It's revolutionary and way cool. So that's kind of like a text about that. Quick thanks to my principal, John Pleback, who didn't say no to me going on his Fulbright. He didn't know I was going to win. He was a little surprised, but he didn't say no. Professor Norman Hare from CSUN, who is kind of like my mentor and must have written me an amazing letter of recommendation to get me here. LAUSD, school board member Scott Schmerson, who basically saw to it that I got my salary, because most teachers don't get their salary when they come and do a Fulbright. The team at IIE in the States that just made the Fulbright teacher program fantastic. This is my mentor, or what do you call him, my advisor from the National Council of Science Museums, the awesome staff here, particularly those three, and principal of DPS North. And these are just some of the schools that I've been visiting or have worked with students so far, and NGOs as well. And that is the link to the presentation if you wanted the slides.